15th, 2022 at 12:48 p.m. And we are here on the Santa Barbara Unified School District webpage. If you look up at the top, it shows staff resources, which is a password protected portal that I have to log into in order to gain access. Once here, I go under Teaching and Learning, Instructional Guidance and Resources for Teachers. Scrolling down, we go to the culturally responsive curriculum that I've been speaking about. Once here, you can scan down the page. It starts with self, talks about meta. There's a month that each month is dedicated a people group, Black Lives Matter, Hispanic Latinx heritage, LGBTQIA. All throughout the year, teachers undergo these trainings. If you start with self, there's a tab called Specifically for White Folks. Under this tab, there's a bunch of links, and if you click on a link, you can read about what white colleagues need to understand. White supremacy doesn't stop at the teacher's lounge door. You scroll down, what's expected from educators of color. Educators of color are being driven out. How white colleagues can do better. White educators can work to manage white fragility in themselves among colleagues. The next link is a Vox website, How to be a Good White Ally According to Activists. I would imagine if you mention ally, that must mean they're enemies at the moment. Talks about what white person's job is at a protest and what it isn't. It says that their job is to do, quote, everything in their power to put their bodies between the body of Black people and police. Here on this third link, we have Paul Kivel, who gives guidelines for being a strong white ally and what people of color want from white allies. He says the basic tactics are assume racism is everywhere, every day. Notice who is at the center of attention and who's at the center of power. That's what he's talking about. We have how to talk to white folks about race. Next link says 75 things white people can do, but when you go there, it actually is 105 things white people can do for racial justice. White people do something. It's basically defunding the police and a new, smarter approach to public safety. It says to donate to BLM, make small crimes legal, do not support prisons, and reduce prison sentences, and lots of information like that. And lastly, we have curriculum for white Americans to educate themselves on race and racism. Talks about Malcolm X, police killing one group at a staggering rate, and there's a lot of work that remains. If we back out of this and we go back out to the curriculum, you can scroll down. We can look at Black Lives Matter, week of action. And if you look here, it starts with self, gives a bunch of links. It has preschool lessons to second grade, third to sixth grade, and secondary resources. Black Lives Matter at school. Lots of information here that they are teaching to your children. We scroll down a little bit. We can celebrate the LGBTQIA Pride Month here, where you start with self. Lots of lessons and information for teachers. Community connections, who we can reach out to in the community. And then all grades, general lessons and resources. Teaching on pronouns, the gender unicorn, inclusive curriculum lessons. There's collections, the LGBTQ heritage, gender inclusive biology, educate and celebrate. There's activism, the youth advocate toolkit, teaching kids how to advocate for themselves in these arenas. 12 historic LGBTQ figures who changed the world. We have the LGBTQ History Month with all sorts of lessons. You can look any of these up. And there's preschool, grade school, and secondary resources, 7 books, and there's lots of text and videos to be shown to your children while in class.